There we go.
I guess I should bring up the deck lists.
Yeah, I've got the. I'll be posting them in the zoo periodically, but those are the list.
Uh,
So this is not. I keep referring it to as the invasion block standard, but this isn't technically invasion standard alone. There's like two or three lists that are onslaught,
we have Onslaught and
like
Odyssey
like
here as
Odyssey
well.
onslaught, like Goblin bidding specifically is one of them. So yeah. Anyway, this is gonna be standard gauntlet of I think it's early 2000s because
Uh-huh.
these were the first sets available on Magic Online. Invasion was when Magic Online started existing.
Oh boy, what
So,
a grim legacy that's been.
yep. I like this little note here that says, first two Magic Online Pro qualifiers are held this weekend. Blah, 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 blah. Join these events with a Chandra or Jace PTQ Finals entry token of the appropriate type. Note, this is the last weekend to use leftover Chandra tokens before they expire.
Chandra does expire rather quickly. You have to keep her on coals.
Right, that's just how fire works. And
So
nobody
I
accepts Jace tokens. Those just aren't. You,
screw Jace. I don't think any of the decks we can get would be uninteresting to play, even if we got like Rebels. Of
yeah,
course, we all know what deck we want to get,
right. So I'm gonna go ahead
but
and again I'll
it,
post the list here.
if we can get any deck with Flame Tongue Kavu in it,
Right. So the decks we have again I'm just looking at the list. We have Tog, which is
mhm.
uh, a
That-
a very well known deck. Odyssey. This is Odyssey Invasion era with like Upheaval Tog and a lot of really good counter spells.
if your opponent is playing Tog and they're on 8 mana, you are losing the game.
We have Fires of Yavimaya, which is Invasion, and this one's Invasion masks. Specifically, it's Fires plus Sapperling Burst as a really dumb combo, but
It's
also
also
Fires
just
plus
like a
Blastoderm.
or like a turn 3/5/5 that you can't kill that they are hasting at you with Fires of Yavimaya, like that kind of thing.
Yep. We have Rebels, which was the deck in its standard time. Though this is an odd variation of it. I don't know what. I guess it's it's sideboarding. Anyway, it's basically Lin Civi is the card that makes levels work. Rebels, of course, is Mercadian Masks, and this is Masks plus Invasion because it runs Wax Wane. But really, this entire deck is just Masks block. We have Squirrel Opposition, which is Opposition got reprinted in 7th edition, and Squirrel Nest is a card that just makes a 1/1 for tapping a land, so you just keep making. And then it kind of runs like this madness package to fill out
Yeah,
the rest of the deck.
they call it scroll opposition, but a lot of the times you're going to be like using Wild Mongrel with Basking Rootwall earlier and then Arrogant Worm later.
Yeah.
Also, Circular Logic is a horseshit spell.
Yep. Then we have Battle of Wits.
Battle of Wits, only 4 creatures, and they are Flame Tongue Kavus. But that's not the that's not why we're playing Battle of
I
Wits.
love looking at this because it's 4. This doesn't even run like odd one of like tutor targets. No, everything's a 4 of.
And a lot of cantrips. We're playing 4x Peak.
Yeah, like, and this is an era when we have other like very powerful thing. Like Opt is a very good cantrip.
The sideboard is also funny. You have 4x. You have Cop Black, Slay, and like Shadow Mage Infiltrator.
Mono Black Control. This is the one time that Mono Black Control was ever good. Every time past that is the echo of this deck. It is people
Mm-hmm.
wanting it to be this deck, and it isn't. This deck exists on the back of Cabal Coffers, which never will return.
Never will return. I think the only format in which Mono Black Control is still like a deck is Pauper, and that is it. Everywhere else, it's just not as good as other
I
decks.
don't even know if it. I don't think it's even control in that. Like it's more of an aggressive style deck that's playing, like 16 creatures.
Yeah, but some of those creatures are sweepers. They're with the rats.
Right, right. But yeah, so this one is taking a look at the list. It's Odyssey plus Onslaught because of like Undead Gladiator, things like that.
Look at Undead Gladiator as like the saddest Whispers of the Muse in the world.
Yeah, it's there to like continue like when you have things like skeletal scrying or even just like edict things that work from the grave. It's powerful. Yeah,
It's a powerful spell.
yeah.
But
Torment's theme in Odyssey block was black is like overpowered. That was the theme of the set. Was black is overpowered, and then we have Mirari's Wake, which was basically like again it's a like a control deck that is playing Mirari's Wake and Decree of Justice as its win conditions. It's playing Compulsion. This is also from Onslaught and Odyssey era. You can tell by Decree.
Compulsion might be my favorite enchantment. But
We have Goblin Bidding, which is a goblin deck that plays 3x Patriarch's Bidding, which is just choose a creature type, pick up all creatures of that type. Each player picks up all creatures of the chosen types. AKA you pick Goblin and then win the game.
you pick Goblin. If you've never played with Goblin Pile Driver before, oh boy, it is really good. My favorite thing in here though is the 1x Goblin Grappler.
Yep. Gotta have that little provoke.
You throw your your Grappler away for provoke, which is a very weird keyword that probably should not have existed.
Yep. And then we have Madness, blue-green as it is. This is a deck that you could build out of F&M cards, because every single card in this deck that isn't like the lands is some sort of common or uncommon. We have Wonder, Aquavivo, Merfolk Looter, Rootwalla, Mongrel, Arrogant Worm, Deep Analysis, Careful Study, Roar of the Worm, Circular Logic, and Unsummon, all commons and uncommons. This was a very popular deck for that reason.
Rip Aquamiibo.
Yeah, that card doesn't work nearly as well as it used to. And the final deck is an earlier version of Astral Slide. This is the version of Astral Slide that didn't have to contend with Fighting Affinity, and therefore doesn't look like complete ass running. Like, we'll see that later. This one is running, instead it gets to run Lightning Rift and Astral Slide.
Yay!
So, anyway, let's go ahead and get things started and see what we start with. Now that I've gone and talked about all the decks that we can get, or we can fight.
Talking about cards.
Sam. Alright.
I see dedicated Dan. Okay, we know who we're afraid of today.
Yeah, well, we've got 72 undefeated trophies there. Wait a minute. This is wrong. Sorry, this is the wrong one. I want this one. Haha. Thank you.
We were about to play some. About to play some Amonkhet.
I was like, wait a minute, 72. That's way wrong for a thing that's been around for a week. Anyway, a small child, Anubis. Oh no.
Dark Matthew.
Oh, talk about that Anubis.
Dingo Martin.
Okay.
The host of MTG Past.
I don't know if we can defeat the ghost of MTG Past.
I like Dark Matthew though.
Dark Matthew. Wow, that open packed out wave is way louder than any other noise that MTGO makes. That's good.
Also have Watsy Bill. We have Mosler. Hellsoul.
Alright.
And we got Blue-Green Madness. This is a fun deck.
Okay, this one is this is the time that Madness was good. The trick with Madness when it was reprinted in Eldritch Moon and all that is that the best Madness card was a reprint. So
yeah, they learned their lesson, and nobody even played the best Madness card.
So Basking Rootwalla is a 0-coster on the Madness and is a Rootwalla with a pump. We have our discard outlets here, our main ones, Aquamoeba, which was better back when it could be a 3/3, discarding 2 cards.
It's you would Merfolk Looter, which is just it's a looter that also lets you cast 1 mana counterspell.
Yeah, and 1 mana counterspell, which is bullshit.
What's our sideboard? Okay, I love this sideboard because look at the card above Roar the Worm. It's the card nobody has heard
Oh,
of. None of you have
goodness.
heard of this card.
Yeah, so this is an instant cast seed time only on your turn, which that's good. I love that. This is a literal time walk.
This is Time Walk if your opponent has cast a counterspell.
Yeah. And we have compost, which is this is the anti like mono black card. This just beats the hell out of them. Whenever a black card is put into a graveyard from anywhere, draw a
Yeah,
card.
when they're trying to small ball you, it basically leaves their only option to winning the game to being trying to corrupt you twice.
Yeah, because they're not gonna they're not gonna win on card advantage at all. They can't play discard. Stupefying touch.
This is a way to answer Tog, kind of. I don't know what other creatures you're playing this on in this format.
Activated abilities.
Oh, Rebels.
Rebels.
There you go.
But this deck was made after Rebels, so
Yeah.
I don't know what it was specifically.
I don't know if is this real sideboard or is this sideboard for this event?
I don't know. Anyway, Temporal Spring is sorcery speed grip tide for 3, but it's any permanent, which
Rather good.
Rare Revelation we do not cast the front of because we just discard it and cast the back. Opposition's probably the point where this comes in. Wake is also a point where this probably comes in. Battle of Wits I'd bring it into. Okay.
Because Battle Witch is an upkeep trigger, right?
Yes, upkeep trigger. You have a turn to stop. Then Quiet Speculation. Search your library for 3 flashback cards, put it in grave. You go ahead and grab a...
You grab your Roar of the Worms. If you sport it in Ray of Revelation, you can do that.
Yeah, it's a tutor for Array. And then we have our one of Unnatural Selection. Choose a creature type other than a wall. Target creature becomes that type until end of turn. Can this still... This probably can't still Legend. Anyway, yeah, I doubt it. You can overwrite types with this, which might... I don't know if this is even something I'd bring in against Gabos. You know, like, is that real?
I honestly don't know what this card's doing here.
Well, okay, so...
Back in the old day, you could pay like 2 and make 2 creatures legends.
Right. Legend...
But now Legend is a super type nowadays, isn't it?
Yes, so it became a super type in Kamigawa. So it that tells me that this sideboard isn't changed. Like, you know. Anyway, our land base, we have 4 Yavimaya Coast, which is our only duel. We have some Centaur Gardens, which this was a neat cycle.
Silipid Coliseum is the one people cared about, but they were all pretty okay. I think the white one was worthless.
I think the white one was the one I don't even remember what the card does, so that's
So that
good.
tells us what it does, though. It gains you 7 life or something.
Because this one, so they were lands that dealt you a damage, paying for just normal damage for normal, but if you had Threshold, they had a cool ability. This one has a giant growth on it. The black one is some form of removal, right? But I don't think
minus.
I don't think
the
anyone.
red one is shock.
I don't think anyone played the black one because it was in the same set as like Cabal Coffers. So why would you not play Swamp? But yeah, Barbarian Ring is the other one,
which
obviously.
is shock. I'm pretty sure.
There's
And Silipid Coliseum is draw 3, discard 3.
There's no Cephalid Coliseum in this deck.
It would appear not.
That's weird. I'd expect that would be an option. And anyway, another big card in here is Wonder. As long as you control an island, Wonder is in your grave, flying.
Fly your creatures, which is a lot better with Arrogant Worm.
Yeah, or even just like, honestly, like just flying over anything it's very strong.
Plus, your second Wonder can just be a 4-mana 2/2 flyer.
Yep. Gain 4 life is the white one. Holy crap! Because the land does damage to you.
It's a pain land.
Like the land's already a pain land. What the hell? Oh, I couldn't even tell you what the white one. Wow.
I was overshooting it with 7.
Wow, that's horrid. Like, Yeah, Barbarian Ring is a known good one because it's just like a land that also is shock. So
Well,
sweet.
this was back in the day when the white cards and cycles all really sucked. I guess they had
Honestly, like I don't know if there's ever like a time where like one because like Decree of Justice existed. It's not like,
true.
but then again, like I guess like anger and anger and wonder were the winners of the cycle, and like the one that's white is kind of bad, but glory existed. Like
There's certainly cycles where white has been good, but white has a long history of having their cycle gain them life.
true, like when life, I mean, healing salve. The long history goes back to the year 1993. So
even Renewed Faith, which Renewed Faith is still really good because it had Astral Slide.
yeah,
but,
Filth does Swamp Walk. I do remember that
Filth
one.
does Swamp Walk,
Which that like I remember that one because that was like sort of irrelevant.
because black was overpowered around that time.
Yeah.
I know those weren't quite the same set, but they were in the same era. And we finally found a match.
So I turned down Magic Online, and there's some things it doesn't respect.
For one, your chat window is wide.
Well, right, it doesn't respect that. Like to play first, yes.
This
Yeah, okay.
looks decent. We're just gonna T1 that's Hairful Suddy.
Yeah, we can discard Roar of the Worm.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll see what we'll hold it, but we can see what we want to do because we have mongrels no matter what we do.
Yeah. Well, you generally want to like you don't cast. This does not have a front side. Roar of the Worm is.
Oh, it's 7 mana. Yeah, it's not. If this deck has gotten that far,
I'm aware it wasn't a cycle. That's why I said that white lost the cycle, but also won the cycle. Alright. So, careful study to start things off. Ooh, I can discard Deep Analysis, too.
yeah. So we just discard Deep Analysis and Roar of the Worm.
Yeah, that seems good to me.
Cast Deep Analysis on turn 3, depending, or we just get the second mongrel down.
Yeah, we pressure. Deep Analysis is a refill for later. Gobos? This has got to be Gobos.
This has got to be goblins. Okay,
God,
so
right.
we're
My F6
race.
doesn't work.
Yeah, I think it's just 6 now.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Goblin Sledder. It's not the scariest.
So Goblins is extremely scary as a deck goes. It's hella fast.
If a Pile Driver comes down.
Yeah. So Shadowblood Ridge is their way of casting bidding.
Uses
and such. Oh,
This instant speed smother to get in for 1 damage.
I'll accept this because I can just replace this with a second Mongrel on 3, and then 4 I can Roar the Worm, and Smother is much better aimed at Roar the Worm token. So, that's good.
Yeah, Mongrel can become black, which is very relevant.
But
it cannot become converted mana cost 4.
right.
Smother's a really good removal spell. I would like to see that again at some point.
Again, Mongrel's better than Aquamoeba, especially with rules change. Technically, it's probably better to just leave up the island here. Like, it's the card that I would be holding, you know? Alright. So, Wonder is going to be nice. Like, Wonder to fly over the Roar of the Worm, and then we just hit 3 times and it's over. I get to play a little bit of defense this turn. Hopefully... Okay, they can... Okay, they have their double black for bidding, but they're not... It doesn't... Okay, there's the War Chief, which is the dumb card. They can't go into combat this turn, because I will sack my hand to kill this damn thing.
So goblins you control have haste. Luckily, Pile Driver only gains power on pump.
I could, like, discard Wonder and just get in.
We could...
And then play Roar the Worm.
Yeah, that seems cool. You could even, attack and then wait for blocks.
The only the problem here is, like, they might just chump with Sledder, and Warchief is the one I want dead.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and take the, so let's discard Wonder.
What color do you want a wild mongrel to be? Wild mongrel is black!
Darkness. So here we got a 6/6 with flying for 4.
And there's some really unappealing token art.
When people tell you that you know these days creatures are all way too like good, and this was an era where creatures were also really good. Like Flame Tongue Kavu exists, and also I played a 6/6 flying, and also Goblin Warchief is ridiculous. Like this era here we're in, where it's like onslaught, like spells are still, the thing is they didn't pull back on spells, they just pushed creatures forward. Spells are still really good here.
That's some kind of Eternal Masters worm. It's got the little hourglass symbol, right?
Yeah. 16. I don't think I can kill them next turn. It's not likely.
Okay, what kind of horse shit do they have for us?
I mean, if they pile drive at me, I'm in. Oh, well, they got double smother. That's, on the one hand, that's terrible because that means I have no threats. On the other hand, they might not have a pile driver. Okay, never mind. Never mind. And look at all these blue creatures I can try to block with. Yeah, okay. So check out this pile driver. This was a 1-mana 5/2 with pro blue and haste. Like, that's fine. Yep. Alright, we got a bunch of these blue creatures to block the pile driver with, so that's good.
Is it worth trying to draw cards here to look for something?
What, the removal we don't have? Like, I don't know what we're looking for.
Me either. Or do we just play guys out? This mongrel can still block pile driver.
I do not know why it has protection from blue twice, and also why it's in there. It can block pile driver, but it can't kill pile driver.
Mm-hmm.
The card's actually is practically invincible to us now. The second smother was a huge killer here. We needed that 6/6 to be able to stand up to our opponent. Luckily, their bidding next turn would be like really bad and doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
City of Brass, yep. Siege Gang.
Oh no.
So this combos with Goblin Sledder to just be infinite damage. Also, it's a 2-mana with haste. Did you know that Goblin Warchief's a really, really powerful card?
Did you know that our Merfolk Looter should just be dead for free?
Yeah. Yeah, it should be. I'm gonna try to block that pile driver, but it's not gonna work. Yep.
Okay, they realize. Goblin Sharpshooter is every comboist's favorite friend.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, So let's talk about cool facts about goblins. Wizards of the Coast has a very long running like missing the best deck in the format by a country mile. Like that's something they've done for ages and ages and ages. They did not realize how powerful Goblin Warchief was for the deck. Like the deck was like pretty good before Warchief. This was in Scourge, so the third set of the block. But holy smokes, did this put a deck that was like pretty good into overdrive. Like your goblins cost 1 less and have haste, so this is 1 mana like haste. This is 2 mana haste. Like most of their things get very cheap. They can play off of no lands.
Do we want to not block Goblin Sledder there with Aquamoeba?
No.
We realize it probably doesn't matter, but okay. I was just wondering.
Nope. I think they're going to be using it. I don't want to put another goblin in combat on it, or another creature in combat. I want Aquamoeba to live through this damn turn. I don't think it's going to, but I want it. too.
Okay, they sacked the Goblin Slider.
Yeah, that's... I could have thrown it in front of Warchief, but again, that means it's gone. If they didn't play this Sharpshooter, I would have thrown it in front of Warchief.
Okay. Okay. Although with, we could trade Looter to make a 3/3, and they're out of, Goblin Slider is gone.
That's true.
They should have sacked Goblin Warchief.
Let's take our kill. Wild Mongrel's red.
Yeah, they should have either sacked Warchief or sacked Goblin Sharpshooter. Unless they have another Goblin Slider, but that loses them their Pile Driver.
So they got
and
2
now
more
we have,
points.
Yeah.
The problem here, the other reason I didn't want a deep analysis, is that 3 life.
That's what I was thinking about. That's the real cost of it. The mana wasn't what was the issue to me. It was the it was the 3 life.
They're just gonna...
Oh, they're just gonna kill Aquamoeba. Okay.
Yeah, alright.
That's fair.
Oh boy, what the hell do I draw that gets me out of this situation? Removal isn't real. Uh-huh.
That's not worthless.
Yep, I sure wish I had that Aquamoeba around.
I rather wish we had Aquamoeba.
Yeah,
at least that would be an instant speed, very rude thing.
At least this is just a flat counter spell. Which
So if they're bidding here...
Siege Gang or bidding or another Pile Driver, or... Is this just bidding?
Yeah, we do not allow that to resolve.
Yeah, I'm just thinking through what happens if I let that pick up my 2 wild mongrels. I probably just die to sharp, like, because they choose Goblin, I choose Dog. Then they get Pile Driver and Sledder. I also
get Arrogant Worm.
I also get Arrogant Worm. Is that good enough? I think with that Sharpshooter in play, I can't let this happen, because I'll just die to the Sharpshooter damage. You know? God, that sucks.
Because we're also just going down to 3 here.
Yeah, I can't let this resolve. Sucks, it really does, because, like, letting it resolve is just 2 for 2. Like, usually the bidding player has, like, 1,000 more goblins in their graveyard, you know? That's the power of the card. And, like, you know, we'd get 2 wild mongrels and an Arrogant Worm off of the card, so it would be very good for us to let resolve. It's just, also, like, again, because of this...
Well, they could like, sack their entire team to...
Kill me.
To kill us with Goblin Sharpshooter.
Yeah, we would just die. So we take 2, go to 3... I think we just died to that.
We could cast Arrogant Worm, but we die to whatever they haste out.
No, we die on board. Because we go to 2 casting it, they Sharpshooter us to 1, and then attack with Warchief. If we block it, Sharpshooter untaps.
Alright.
I need to draw, like, an Aquamoeba, specifically. Or, like, a Careful Study. A way to get this into play that doesn't involve tapping for double green. And even then, like...
Even then, we're probably dead.
Right. This is us being very dead. We need our opponent to have some very dead draws for multiple rounds.
Yeah, they are hellbent, so we are...
We
are mostly...
So, oddly enough, we are at least playing a, like...
a real matchup?
A real matchup, you know? Like
our Civil War reenactment was an actual battle?
Yeah.
Hey, let's think about sideboarding, though. What do we want here for sideboard?
Don't do that. Alright. Yeah, like, this isn't, like, Custer at the Battle of Gettysburg or something, so... We're alright there. Anyway, we're dead.
The question is, how do we deal with their cards?
Very good question. That's a question that I think has been asked for a lot of
I
time.
actually know what that card that we didn't know what does. Is we use it on attacks to turn every goblin that isn't a goblin pile driver into not a goblin. So the goblin pile driver is just a squire.
God, that's the worst.
So what do we have here?
What's bad?
I don't know. Maybe deep analysis was the life.
I think that just means we have to front cast it, but even then, like, is that too late?
Wait a second. We could stupefying touch their goblin sharpshooter, and then they just have a 3-mana 1/1 that can't untap.
It's true. Do they actually play multiple copies of Sharpshooter? They play Sparksmith as well.
Let's look at Gappas.
Yeah, that might be worth putting in for that sort of stuff. Just turn off a number of activated abilities.
Siege Gang.
I don't know.
Goblin Sledder.
This seems so goddamn slow. Oh my god, I can't believe this is on the sideboard.
Okay, there's Skirk Prospector, Goblin Taskmaster, Goblin Sledder, Siege Gang, Goblin Sharpshooter, Sparksmith.
Right. Wizard casts Goblin to Gecko and then gets crushed by geckos. That's exactly it.
You can also just run it back and hope for a better draw.
But our opponent had a really bad draw, was the thing. Like, yeah, they had 2 smothers, but they had, like, 1 threat, and, like, we just couldn't deal with a 2/2 in combat. Like, ever.
They could not do. We could take out, like, I like that deep analysis a lot. Maybe we do take it out, though. Like, maybe just one of them, and take out, like,
I'm taking on summon. I can't bounce the card I care about.
True.
Might just want both. Like, it can't bounce the card I care about, and, like, I guess if I combat bounce a...
You could bounce a War Chief, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, let's just go with it. Oh my god, that's big. Alright.
Well, there's our sideboard.
Sure.
Oh, yes, our Centaur Garden's doing damage to us.
Yeah, it'll be at least nice as a...
Could also possibly damage our opponent.
Right.
We are an aggressive style to deck is a thing we have to keep in mind. Just maybe not in this matchup.
Well, like, having a circular logic for their War Chief is going to be really good.
Okay, opponent has the same lead they had before. Can we beat the exact same sequence of plays our opponent made last game? I think yes, because we have circular logic.
Right, like, if they actually have a... Again, circular logic on 3 for the War Chief is going to be very necessary.
Our spell snip.
Is this Smother again?
What did I tell you?
Can we beat the exact same plays?
They've been playing it off the same lands!
Yeah. I don't even care to... Yeah, I'm not even going to discard anything here. Alright.
Okay, spell snip online.
Yep. Which, you know what?
Maybe discarding Wonder was a good idea there, though, just for that.
No, it'll still be on. Like, they didn't play Skirk Prospector. If they played Skirk Prospector, I would have. If that was Skirk Prospector. Arrogant Worm in Standard is there's a madness.
It's worse. It's a 4/3.
Yeah. This is it. Hi. Fuck off. Please leave. Nobody wants War Chief around. Yeah, it has haste and it's a 4/3, and then there's the obvious Entomb Worm. There was a flat red worm though in existence. Hell.
He's gonna be plinked to death by Goblin Slitter.
It's fine. There was an actual worm, though. Arrogant worm. Does they have a second war chief?
Yes. No.
No? No, 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 no. Alright, I'm gonna have to play Wonder as a threat at this point.
We could also cycle or Stupefying Touch.
I'm gonna play Wonder as a threat.
Okay. Hello.
Definitely cycling Stupefying Touch, but I'd like to do it on something more like a...
Like, if I want him to like play a sharpshooter here. Although if they do that, they're going to kill Wonder. But if they do that, that's okay because they have to trade Goblin Slitter for Wonder.
Hey, Sharpshooter. I will definitely Stupefying Touch that jerk.
Now, are they going to trade Goblin Slitter for Wonder? They should.
Alright.
Ooh, a discard outlet.
Get stupefied. Blah.
Oh, they didn't trade Wonder for Goblin Slitter.
I might cast the front side of the Roar of the Worm.
Let's, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. You just need to draw a land.
Yeah.
Yeah, in with Wonder.
2! Yeah, Reckless Worm, that's the name of it. Thank you. I knew that there was just a flat, like,
Like color shifted.
yeah,
Arrogant Worm.
rather than, like, half reference.
Sadly, not a card in Standard.
You
I
know.
mean, are they good at bidding here?
No, they might have the Cycle Gem Palm Incinerator, which, like, that's okay. It still trades.
I'd be happy to have Jim Palm Incinerator gone.
It's very likely Gem Palm Incinerator, and then maybe sack Sharpshooter into do things. Gem Palm Incinerator does damage equal to the number of goblins that control the target creature.
So it's 2 mana Cycle Shock.
Yeah, at this point, which is good.
That's often not what the card does. Goblin
Yeah.
Jim Palm Incinerator is often very dumb.
Yeah, but no, this card also is like good for just setting up for a bidding turn. Now are they going to sack a Sharpshooter to keep their Slitter around?
They should, especially if they are going to bidding.
Yeah.
They can untap Goblin Sharpshooter.
Great. Alright, I kind of want to draw a land for Roar of the Worm. That's why I'm not cycling it or discarding it to the Amoeba. Because I feel like we're at a point where, like, that could, like, 2 6/6s.
That could just get us out of the game.
Honored Hydra, that's the name of the other one. It's literally Roar of the Worm, but by another name. It has Embalm, so, like, I guess you can't have both in play at the same time.
They made a Hydra out of it because they wanted to have a Hydra in their set. Because Hydra's the creature type they picked for green to have one of every set.
Yeah. It's like Glorybringer, or,
There's probably an Angel at rare like that, and...
Well, I mean, Aquamiva's gonna die regardless. That was the demo. Yes, it has 2 damage on it, so if I discard a card to Aquamiva, it would just fall over dead. But, like, it's dying in combat to a 2/2 anyway. Can we move on from the Sharpshooter activation?
They're trying to untap their Goblin Sharpshooter.
Trying really hard.
I will be back in a few minutes.
Sounds good. You might be back to the exact same board state. Yeah. So this format we're playing right here is right before my introduction to like Magic. I started playing when Kamigawa was a brand new set. So Mirrodin Kamigawa was my era that I remember first playing. And this era was like the era people talked about because like as the era that was way better than current standard, which was hyper garbage at the time. But people didn't like actually like. It's weird. So back in Affinity times, like right now, people are like, even myself is like, wow, you know, standard is trash. But like, I don't remember that being as huge a thing. People weren't as vocal about that. That might have been because there weren't as many like vocal places for people to talk about Magic back in those times. And like locally, it was just like, I like playing Cosmic Larva. So like, you know, people weren't actually sad about standard because the one person in the room playing Affinity won, and like, yeah, whatever, that just happens. But you know, my Kakusho control deck's really good, you know, so I think the trick is that standard has always been garbage. I think that's the actual trick here. All right, 2 cards left. Like, my knowledge of this format was Goblin Bidding was, like, one of the only decks that existed, and every other deck was very poor. Well, I can counter a Bidding. That's good. That sucks. I'm cool with my opponent wanting to put Wonder in the grave. But yeah, my knowledge of this standard was that it was Goblins and Slide. Those were the only actual decks that, like, were real. Everything else was, like, nowhere near as good. And then afterwards, when Affinity came out, like, you know, like, when Skullclamp was around, there were a couple different Skullclamp decks. But, like, Skullclamp was, like, obviously, like, busted in half. Okay. Yep, we're taking damage. Alright, come on, Roar the Worm. Cool. Alright, shields down for a moment. Let's see if we die. Here's a 6/6 flyer for 7. If they have bidding, I think I die on the spot.
Okay, what'd I miss?
They played a single goblin and then ate it. And then ate my wonder, so now I have a 6/6 flyer. If they play bidding this turn, we lose. If we untap, I think we're alright and we win.
Yeah, if we can. Okay. Oh, they got bidding.
If,
okay.
if they have bidding, we lose. Like, I kind of had to accept that. Not great.
It's the only reason they would tap their pile driver is if they're going to feed Goblin Slider to itself. Or...
What the hell? Why that order? Like, you still have bidding, right? Again, I just don't beat this card. Yeah, okay. That's what I get for tapping out. Even though I would have died if I hadn't played a threat. So I guess the correct choice was discarding Roar the Worm 3 turns ago. Where's Hound? Alright, so everything has haste and kills me. Do I die from them just attacking? Yes.
Okay.
If
they had attacked with the goblins, if they had accidentally hit attack all, we would have a chance, but because they didn't attack with their goblin sharpshooters. Actually, if they did attack with their goblins,
Well,
no, we would just
they have
block
a
the
they have a, they
sharpshooter.
have a sledder. Like, we can't actually win here.
True enough.
Again, those were the formats I played. Where again, Kamigawa Forward was what I played, and I thought that most of those formats, like post Affinity bannings, were pretty fun. There was a lot of silly things you could do.
Why did they?
It doesn't matter. They have us dead. They have us dead to like
I
12 sharpshooter activations, unless they sack both. I should have blocked both war chiefs. That might have made them fall for a bad like choice. Anyway, we're super dead. They've got like multiple triggers.
What they should have done there is sack Slutter to Slutter, ping us, and then have Goblin Sharpshooter ping itself if they wanted to be cute.
So I'm going to tell you the secret of Blue-Green Madness.
What's that?
I don't think the deck was. I'm not. I wasn't around when it was played, so I could be incorrect here. I don't think the deck's very good. I think the deck was a very big pet deck of Wizards at the time. My proof that I can show you is that when I mentioned you could build the deck out of commons and uncommons, you can build the deck out of F&M foils. They F&M foiled every card in the deck. Not some, not a few, all. Like, every single card that is within the deck that isn't like, the Unsummon or whatever, was a card that got an F&M foil at one point, and generally after the deck had rotated out of Standard. So, they loved the deck.
Would we like to play first?
Yes. Okay. Careful study, discarding Root Wall.
Okay, that seems pretty good. And we can discard a deep analysis too.
Right, like, I realize, like, I have a good friend of mine who won states, a couple times in a row, specifically using, like, the deck, and, like, things, like, there are people I know that have done very well with the deck. I just don't believe it's actually, like, good comparatively to, like, especially compared to the other decks in this. It's just, like, the baseline. Let's see what we're fighting today.
But let's feel positive about our decks. Yeah, we're fighting Rebels.
Rebels?
White deck.
Yep, alright. Rebels, the deck that they put in here because they didn't... Oh, wow. Alright.
So we can Aquamoeba into another Basking Rootwalla.
Yeah.
Or do we just want to draw 2 cards, or...
No, I want to get Aquamoeba out.
Okay.
I'll even take a damage for it.
Well, we also had, we could just attack for 3. If we were feeling very gutsy. Very gutsy.
8/2/2 with Vigilance.
Rootwalla's ability is sorcery speed, right? Because it's a Rootwalla?
No, it is not!
Hey!
The card's extremely powerful.
I thought Rootwallas for sorcery speed.
No, they're once per turn. That's their gimmick, not sorcery speed.
Okay, well, we can attack with those creatures. If you block Rootwalla, we take a damage.
So, this is a point in time where the Civil War reenactment portion of this comes into play. If we were playing under old rules, I would be able to...
That Steadfast Guard would be dead, and we would have 2 Basking Rootwallas in play.
Yes.
Or 3, rather. Is that a trade you feel like making?
Because you would damage on the stack, flip this to from 3/1 to a 1/3 again. I'm gonna make the trade and then cast Deep Analysis on myself.
That seems fair. It also could have just been a mono red where we put 2 Basking Rootwallas in play. That wouldn't have been too bad. But Basking Rootwalla is cheap.
Right. I'll find other ways to discard it, so...
Yeah, we're gonna... Okay.
Oh, well, I don't have... I have Unsummon, so, like, if they play Lyn Civvy here, which is a very likely play... Defiant Vanguard. Okay.
Okay, so this has an old suicide ability that white cards used to have.
Right, where they would go down with whoever they blocked.
Hmm. Do we want to unsummon that, or do we just want to? Do we care?
Right, that's the question. Like, do I actually care?
We can just attack with Rue Wallace.
I care. There we go. That's perfect.
Hey.
Because I can now cast Circular Logic for 1.
And like EOT make a Root Walla.
Yep. I wanted it out of play specifically because... Okay, hold on. I gotta do this the right way. Which is a very circular way of doing this.
So that was a 1 mana Monolith.
Yep.
Hey.
Okay.
Like we do that discard deep analysis and basking at Root Walla.
I actually think I'm going to go into combat, hit for 7, and play a root wall, and then leave up logic.
That seems fair.
So flip the Aquamoeba to a 3/1. Cast this little lizard.
Yee.
So Madness, this deck returned to form in Legacy. Is probably its last like time it had a big like hurrah with Survival of the Fittest and Vengevine and Basking Root Wall as being a ridiculously dumb combo.
It turns out that most of that has to deal with
Survival, obviously.
Survival of the Fittest being a ridiculous card.
Yes.
Where it says green, draw 2 cards, put one of them into play, and that's
Ooh.
pretty often more than one of them into play.
I do not care about that.
I do not care even a tiny bit.
That's too small for me to care about at this point in the game.
No, do they have a 1 mana? Okay.
That's a little more for me to care about. I love this spell is really dumb, by the way. Like, okay.
Hey. Okay. Do we care enough about the Stoops to bring him in? Like, what's bad here?
Right, that's the better question. Like, what actually sucks here? And like, I don't think we have an actual answer. I feel like our deck is just more powerful than our opponents. I mentioned that this is like the baseline that like isn't going to be more powerful than Tog or anything like that, but like this is fighting a deck from Mercadian Masks era. Like it's a white weenie deck. Like we beat it by playing Roar of the Worm and our opponent loses, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Unless the only thing they really have is Parallax Wave.
They do have Parallax Wave, which
So if we lose to Parallax Wave, we could bring in the Rays of Revelation.
well, maybe we just bring that in anyway and get.
Let's take a look and see if they're playing any other enchantments.
I don't think so, but like Parallax Wave is strong enough that I might consider playing that anyway. They're playing other enchantments don't matter.
Okay, they're just playing Parallax Wave. They could. There's no way they would board in Seal of Cleansing. Sadly, we cannot destroy Chimeric Idol with a
Yeah.
because that would be really laughos. They tap all their lands to make a 3/3, and then. Although the trick with Chimeric Idol, and we've shown this trick off before because we've actually played that card before on stream, is that often the number of lands you're tapping to activate it is 0.
Yep. Like most decks from this era, Rebels got a lot better if you took out a bunch of cards and put in counterspells and Factor Fiction. Yep. That was that was a much better deck.
It turns out Factor Fiction and Counterspell are kind of
Absorb.
cards.
Absorb was the counterspell in this deck, of course. But yeah, like nice.
A 0 lander that
I would keep this on island.
Oh yeah, hell. We even have a castable spell, as it turns out. Because we just draw up to 8 and then discard Basking Root Walla.
This one's garbage. Holy shit.
Ugh.
Yeah, this is that hand doesn't do anything. Okay.
Okay. I don't think we can actually.
No, we can keep that. Careful study it.
Okay. Okay. So we just yeah. Okay. Careful study for the Ruwala. I would want to be for Arrogant Worm, but I don't think we can.
That's 4. There's no way we get to that. We Arrogant Worm on 3 off of like a, we draw into
Or an Aquamibo or something.
preferably a Wild Mongrel, but... Oh. Or
do we just want to...
Now let's just... let's just Rootwalla.
Lizards.
Eh. It's time for lizards. So this was a draw 2, put 2 things into play, so nice drawback on that card.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we're back from our Moldify.
Yeah, we're back from our Moldify, back on a 7 again. So this is...
Attack! We will trade! Okay. And if they don't block, we just play a Basking Ruhala. Which there's no way they actually... Okay.
They've got Wax Wayne then.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, that's the card they have. It's +2/+2 though, it's not Giant Growth.
Yeah, so
I accept.
They're just going to 2 for 1.
On my
2 for 0.
2
for
for
0. For this card, we're going to replace Robo 3.
I'll take that. Okay. Ooh.
Oh, okay. Maybe this is okay. They're going to tap out for something.
Oh,
But
cool.
thing is, we can still attack into that. And we don't even have to pump.
Right. You should not be 1-for-1 trading with me like this.
Maybe they didn't know their guy died. And we should play the Rootwalla because they are going to port our green source.
Yeah, we won't. We want this in play, and then when they port the green source, we just go ahead and use it to pump. Dust Bowl, eh? Yeah, careful study too. I want Wonder in the yard. A discard outlet would be incredibly powerful here. I think it needs to be Aquamiba. Well, okay. I trade with that. They can't actually even block that. This card also is a rebel in the sense that it's one of the end rebels, not like a searcher rebel, so it's not a big threat. Nice!
Oh, thank goodness.
Let's attack. I think I'm just gonna play Wonder.
Yeah, we can just play Wonder unless they, okay, they don't chump.
Like, play Wonder isn't actually a line that you should be doing a bunch.
But I mean, it's board parity with our opponent's card.
Right. I'm fine trading it with this is the trick here.
Well, if they don't port us, we can just cast Arrogant Worm, which is also probably not a line you should be doing.
Right. Oh, Vanguard's back. Let's hope this dies, because the search on it's very powerful. That's the power of the Rebels, is that their search is card advantage into play. So, you know.
My God.
Trade with Wonder. Trade with Rootwalla.
Trade with the Rootwalla. Trade with the Rootwalla. It's a threat.
Right, but against this player specifically, they have like Parallax Wave to hide it. Block it.
They're really thinking about it.
Block that Rootwalla, block that Rootwalla, block that Rootwalla.
Block this cute little lizard. Yeah, look how cute Basking Rootwalla is.
I love this little lizard.
I can turn it to a 3/3. Yeah, we got our teeth kicked in by goblins.
We were owned by goblins, so that happened.
It turns out that Patriarch spitting Senate card we could beat. Neither was Goblin Pile Driver.
Sure, a 2/2 with no search effect. I have a 4/4 flyer that, they can't do anything about. Hey, it's Chimeric Idol, yeah!
Hey, it's Chimeric Idol.
Love that turtle.
It's a good turtle.
Turtle, yeah.
Really nice art, Mark Tedden.
Sure.
That's funny. So they're on new cards in hand.
Yeah. Technically, we're winning the race. If Lynn's Civvy shows up, I have to... Oh boy, alright. That's super annoying. That's really bad against Roar.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just gonna unsummon the idol. Yeah, like Roar the Worm is really bad against Parallax Wave, of course. But
So
yeah,
we found the most powerful card in our opponent's deck.
yeah. So doing this because I don't want to be like 4-turn clocked.
And due to the nature of Chimeric Worm, they cannot replay it. Basically ever.
Yeah. So we can't play this until the wave's down.
We also just can't play it.
Well, that's not going to be a problem for long.
So we attack, and then they wave our guy.
Yeah. Which actually is going to be a problem if I draw dead for too long here. Like, this lasts for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they just wave it.
Yeah, they wave it. They have 4 turns left on their Parallax Wave unless they use it again.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't go away until it fails to remove a counter.
That's why I said 4 and not 3. Hey, here's a classic card.
First strike reach. Alright. We might just get run down because of that wave, which... Alright. Alright, I've got to play Roar the Worm.
Mm-hmm, just to force a counter off.
Yeah. Which easily sucks. This is quite bad for us.
We might board in our flashback packet.
That might be worth it. Like, I don't know. Like, Parallax Wave is far and away their most powerful card. Though, actually, Lyn Civvy is probably their actual most powerful card, if they make use of it. Yeah, we take...
7.
Yeah, we take 7... And then we take 7 again, and then we die?
We have to,
I need to draw running creatures.
Land.
Yeah. Well, of course. So they can't remove this without, like... Actually, this is okay.
Yeah, because if they Parallax Wave our guy, then our guys come back. If they don't Parallax Wave our guy, we have a 6/6 flyer.
Yeah, so... It's okay. Yeah, we needed a non-land. We needed a creature there very easily. Okay, yep. Very immediate remove. We get our 4/4 back. And I guess we actually get to, like, play defense. Like, our defenses are back up.
Yeah, because we have a 4/4, which beats every one of their creatures. And they are on
now
8 card.
The problem is if they find any Rebel Searcher, this one, like, their creature advantage just becomes they can go hyper wide on us,
We should also, if they offer the attack, we should 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We should block Steadfast Guard. Blocking Longbow Archer if they have the Wax Swain is bad.
Fair.
Yes, Brave Sword. Aquamoeba is in our deck.
Mm-hmm. We actually had a point earlier that came up where it would have been incredibly useful for it to be a 3/3, but it is not possible for it to do that anymore at this
How many
time.
waves do they have in the main deck? Probably
4.
They have 4 easily.
I was gonna say most powerful card in their deck outside of Lyn Civvy. Yeah, they're playing 4.
Okay, they're porting us.
That's irrelevant.
Yes. Can we draw, like, deep analysis?
I'm not playing the land so that we have discard fodder.
And also, so we can just bluff.
Yeah. I might play one out next turn here. I want things to discard to Careful Study if we draw it and don't have, like, Madness cards. Things like that. There's reasons I'm holding lands right now. Okay. You know, I don't need to hold 3. Guess both of us are under the same, you know, we're both just drawing.
Flooding out.
Okay. Not a searcher. Not a searcher.
Not a search card.
Yep.
Powerful card, not a searching one.
I do need to see some action, though, pretty quick here. They can just go around me in 2 turns and kill me with this now. 6 and 4. So, yeah, they can continue going around me, and there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, if they go all out 2 turns running, I lose the game here.
Unless we do something.
No, like unless we draw something, not even do something.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Sure. That gets me threshold. There's parallax for everything, but the only one that was, like, really good is this Lynn? Alright.
Okay, we now...
And then this is where they all out at us, and then we lose next turn. We lose. The Lynn City is actually, like, you know, unnecessary here. I probably should board in the, like, can't use abilities just for Lynn. So yeah, block there. We take 6, go to 3.
Now I think they just have us no matter what we do.
I need to draw, like, Careful Study into multiple threats. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. That felt really bad, because, like, we had a game that was incredibly good, just fall to mush.
So what kind of,
I want 1 rare revelation in here. I want the touches so that I can deal with things like Lynn Civvy.
do we want quiet speculation?
I don't know, like, Roar of the Worm's good here, but also bad against, like, Parallax Wave.
But if we do quiet speculation, we are doing it to grab Ray of Revelation and something. It's a way for us to board in multiple rays without actually boarding in multiple rays, because it's also just card advantage with our other cards you're already playing in main deck. But if you don't think we need it, we don't think we need it.
I was looking at. I don't know, actually, Logic's quite good against this. I'll put 1 in.
Okay.
Stop that.
How good do you feel about this?
Okay. No rule law on 1.
Kept a 6-lander and drawn 6 lands. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I didn't keep it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is our problem. The deck heard Jin's bad mouthing it, and now it's like, yeah, well, I'm the worst deck you've ever played, right? We just show you sheer garbage.
That wasn't even the words I used. I just don't think it's nearly as powerful as any of the, like, actual real decks in the queue.
Yeah, I like this deck a lot, and I basically agree with you.
Like,
Because this is a deck I remember playing. Hopefully Merfolk Looter is going to clean up our deck a lot, though.
Well, that's why I didn't play the root wall on one.
We gotta think about card advantage when we're mold. Yeah, they can't parallax wave 12 lands. That is very true. Okay, then there's Longbow Archer.
So I'm just gonna kill that in combat, I guess. Like,
yeah, we just we loot down a root walla and then make it into a 3/3.
right? Like, I'm just gonna kill that in combat.
Looter works well with deep analysis too.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can recover. Even if we pull a Waxwing out of their hand, that's still their entire turn. For no cards, because we're drawing a card here. Is that just better?
Probably, but I don't block. Like, because that's too good to pull a Waxwing out of their hand with.
Okay. We're just taking 2 damage.
Yeah, I'll
Who
take
cares?
2. I don't care. I want 3 because of Centaur Garden.
Ah, whatever. They have a pain land too, it's fine.
We're not in the low power creature world though, is the thing. This is the...
Oh, they're talking about our opponent.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, our opponent is in a low power creature world, but, like, our deck is not in a low power creature world.
Yes, we're playing a flash 3-mana 4/4 with trample. Which I think is a card they could just print at Mythic nowadays.
Why would I play the Root Walla? I'm not blocking. Are people convinced that I'm blocking with this 4/4 and am a goddamn moron? Like, what?
Our first plan was to do it with Root Walla and force him to have it. Now our plan is to play Arrogant Worm and take 2 damage.
Right, like, I'm not gonna walk into a giant growth that, like, just completely owns me.
Now they play the Grey Ogre that has this...
yeah.
Yeah, okay. We actually took out all of our bounce spells.
Oh my god.
We could actually deep analysis here. Or no, we just hold up the Root Walla trick again.
Yeah. Because if they have the pump for that, that's okay.
Destroy... Yeah, okay, destroy the blocked creature.
Like, I'm willing to trade Root Walla for for Wayne. I'm not willing to trade Arrogant Worm for it. So, by the way, Merfolk Looter, pretty goddamn good in this one.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Hey.
Maybe they Waxwing. Yeah, they would never do that. Okay. Sadly, we don't have a... See, if we had the Arrogant Worms this time, we would go for it. Well, no, we wouldn't, because I would also do the... I don't know what my brain's doing. Ignore me.
I was going to say, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I slept for a really long time, and I'm a little bit dehydrated.
Okay, you should drink something.
I am.
Water, or things similar to...
I only drink things similar to water.
Fair.
My sleep schedule has been whack. Well, what's new?
Oh.
Oh, they have nothing, you say?
Nothing. Okay.
We are waiting for Beaster Maths.
I'm just gonna beat you down with these tiny lizards then. Yay!
Oh, good, another land. That's actually rather good. We have our many options. So let's attack with Basking Root Wall and then pump it. I feel like we have complete control of the game now.
Yeah.
Although we must beware. Circular Logic is just a... Okay, Circular Logic is just a spell snip. But as it turns out...
That's good enough.
Spell slip is good enough.
It's Force Spike here. Come on.
Okay, yes, Force Spike.
Like, this is flat Force Spike.
And Force Spike has always been good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wax is 1 in the green, +2/+2. Wayne is 1 in the white, destroy target. Enchantment? Do we just... Is that good enough to do, or do we just,
Yeah, that might be fine. Like, if they were wrathing this board, like...
Yeah, we could just not quiet speculate. We can quiet speculation in response to whatever they like.
Sorcery, but
I know, but if they play their Parallax Wave, we can then do it because like that's all we're really afraid of at this point. I guess what of our mini card advantage things do we feel like doing first? We could also just pick 2 Roar of the Worms if we're not afraid at all.
well, it's 3 cards, so
Oh, I thought it was 2.
so I'm not pumping here to leave up another deep analysis, or sorry, another circular logic.
In case we draw one.
Yeah. Again, I'll accept it.
They played that into our Ray of Revelation.
I'm down. Like, what do you want from me, bud?
Like, Ray of Revelation actually is an instant. Okay, when you destroy Parallax Wave, it
returns them all as long as I'm not a moron about it. Actually, no, they fixed the card so that,
leaves the battlefield. Yeah, okay.
No, I just have to not be a moron about it.
Okay, so we have to...
Just let him...
Let him, yeah. Because you can't... If you do it in response...
O-ring problem.
Yeah. So you don't destroy it in response to anything.
So they get to fog me? Whatever. Maybe I won't even do it to this, because, like...
Yeah?
If they're removing these 2, like...
Do you want to just start drawing some cards?
Like... Okay. I played a land this turn, right?
Plays Yavimaya Coast.
Yep, okay. The specimen seems to be broken.
So what is it, bub? What are you gonna do?
Like, what are you doing with Parallax Wave if you're not fogging me? Like, what's the point of you playing the damn card?
Are they trying to get us to do something?
Like, I don't... Okay, well, what they are doing is I can't Roar the Worm with it in play.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a real thing. Are they just like, did they just like morph into a, are they gonna play Magetta the Lion next? Like, like...
I think if they do Magetta the Lion, that'd be a little problematic, except not really.
Yeah, but Magetta is like 2 cards every time, and I think we can set up threats that are like, I can draw 12 cards with my current hand.
Yeah, we certainly can.
No, I think they understand fading. I'm pretty sure they know what they're doing. It's just like, I'm trying to figure out what they're like. Are they dust bowling here?
Blow up the coast or blow up Centaur Garden.
Yeah.
We're one card away from threshold. So if they blow up Yavimaya, because they have to blow up Centaur Garden. Okay.
Okay.
They're gonna make Defiant Falcon.
Damn it, if they didn't make a creature, I was just gonna kill them.
Okay.
Might still. Give me back my creatures. If they didn't play a creature, I had lethal.
Mm-hmm.
Why that land? Because Centaur Garden has an ability that's +3/+3, and they didn't want me to be able to kill them with the Centaur Garden. I'm kind of stunned they got rid of the Rishdan port. That's an interesting choice for their getting rid of.
Probably should have ate Brushland.
Yeah.
They only ever need one green.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. That doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm. The trick we were talking about before is we have to, if we tried Ray of Revelation in response to them targeting one of our guys, our guy would just go away forever.
Yeah. Alright, so if I attack all out, you have to block Wild Mongrel or die?
Seems fine to me. Because we can just +4/+4 it.
But you have to block here, and you can't block Merfolk Looter. That's not allowed.
You have to chump.
Yeah, you are forced to trump here.
Okay. So,
Sure.
do we just get damage on them, or do we want to draw cards? Or make Aquamoeba?
I don't want to make Aquamoeba.
I think we want damage.
I'm probably going
Oh,
to discard
yeah.
at least one Deep Analysis here.
Oh, that seems fair. Now, do we activate other root well, or do we cast Deep Analysis?
God, I can't kill him. I can bring him to 1.
Because they still have Wrath of Gods and Parallax Waves in their deck.
Right. I'm going to put him to 2. Or, sorry, not 2, 3. Because that's like most of my threats can hit that much. They have to Wrath, and then I play Roar of the Worm, and like then they have to Wrath again? Like...
Mm-hmm. See how many Wraths they have to board in. 3. They could have boarded in 3 Wrath of Gods. Plus
Like,
4 Parallax Waves.
like, Parallax Wave is a fog, though, right now.
Yeah, because they have no threats to back it up with.
Right.
And any of our creatures are lethal,
Yeah.
so they have to do it on all.
All these 3. They have to do it on these 3. Like, they can't. And then I can just, like, Looter and Deep Analysis to, like, rebuild threats. Which is what I'm gonna do. Well, not even, like, Wraths are fake, but, like, they have to have something like 4 running Wraths. Like, I don't believe that. Sure.
But they're not even going to let us. Yeah, okay. Not even going to force us to spend our mana on our Root Wallace.
Why did you let me untap with this?
If we hit a land with circular logic, or with.
Well, first things first, buddy, you've got to do something about these root laws. So let's do that. I can play Aquamoeba and Deep Analysis, and then pass and have up Circular Logic. Oh, you're gonna force me to pump, eh? Is that what this is, or like you? Oh no, you're just gonna go to 1. Okay.
Okay. Now we don't have to do actually anything. Yeah, we tap the off coast because they can blow it up if they really want to.
Yeah. I'm gonna play Aquamoeba because it lets me leave up Circular Logic unless they do some really weird parallax waving.
They can parallax wave.
They can parallax wave all 3, but then the wave goes away. Like
They can parallax
also,
wave.
also we have Wonder. Really glad that I'm getting to show off. Oh, you're just gonna get rid of it. Okay. Alright, well, let's just show you that we're doing this.
Now, guys on the ground are no longer good enough. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Okay, now it actually doesn't do anything.
Right, like, now they... what?
Do they have Wrath? Well, Wrath, we can't cast Wrath. Or we can't cast Circular Logic.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Oh, right, because the Aquamoeba's coming back into play.
Guess what creature's back in play again?
Okay. And now it's... it might as well say counter-target spell.
Right. Counter-target spell unless they play, what, 9 right now? And here's the worst force spike in the universe. Okay. Alright.
Odd plays by our opponent.
No, I think they were playing with what they had. They just didn't have any actual threats. They boarded into too many control elements. And we, like, Wraths and Parallax Wave. Like, Parallax Wave is really good when they have a board to press advantage. But without it, like, you know, that was the point of it. Like, when they played it in the last game, they had 5 power on the board and it went to 7. Like, they were like, oh, well, we don't have any threats to block with. We can't block. You know.
I'm glad me convincing you to board in that card did something. Not quite speculation.
Yeah. Oh, I love this.
We get to T1 we get to T1 a flying man.
Sweet.
Granted, it's a good flying man. Wonder.
Deep Analysis I might cast on front, like, but Wonder I'm probably not casting on front.
Unless we have Aquamoeba if we really wanted this card.
Yeah. Again?
Okay.
Alright.
That's a shame. We might have to do another one of these before they time out.
I planned on doing 2 of these today. Because I wanted to have the odds of getting
Battle of Wits.
behind.
At least facing Battle of Wits.
I want to be the one piloting it, but that's just me. By the way, they have a lot of problems interacting with us now because we all have flying.
We all have flying.
Okay. Oh no, 1/1 flyer. Sure. Combat first.
If they don't block Aquamoeba, do we feel like punching them?
I'm gonna discard Deep Analysis to punch them.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna cast Deep Analysis. I'll leave a blue, of course.
Ooh, and Looter.
I want Careful Study right now.
And Waxwane on Defiant Falcon is a 2. Okay.
They're attacking because they can make another Falcon.
Do we make another Aqua maybe here, or do we? Yeah, here's the other secret: is that we can just discard Island.
Right, I'm just gonna beat you down with flyers. I'll play the Aqua Amoeba for a lethal threat. Because that's 9 in the air. Like, they have to respect this now.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what they grab.
Probably another Falcon?
Probably another Falcon. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Look, you got some problems right now. I have lethal.
Yeah, we could. They could have been. It could have been slide. That's true. But our guess was correct.
I assumed it was based off of the Mercadian Masks planes, actually.
That's the technical play.
That
Why
was-
does planes get to be Mercadian Mask, but Brushland is 10th edition?
Because some of these, they just do, like...
Why is Yavimaya Coast not 10th edition?
That's weird. But, yeah, this was the actual tell. If it would have either been, like, Odyssey planes or Onslaught planes for...
What are our basics?
Ours are...
Odyssey.
Odyssey,
Okay.
as that's the main crux of our deck.
It kind of looks like a 7th edition sideways. Okay, there's one. There's an answer. A reach card.
Okay.
Wax is +2/+2,
I don't care.
but we don't care.
I'm crushing it. I don't care. Make me care, opponent. Make me care.
Okay. And do we discard Deep Analysis?
Yeah, and then just cast it again.
Punch you down to 3. All of our guys are lethal threats. Do they have the wax? They don't. They don't need it.
Nope.
Making another threat versus drawing some card.
I want to see it. I want. All right, more flyers.
Okay. They're kind of stalling. We still have things we can draw that just win us the game. They cost 1 mana if we actually do see them.
Yeah.
Maybe Roar of the Worm is just good enough. But we'll see. We'll give Merfolk Looter a chance to... Okay.
Answer this.
And they haven't been hitting lands, so they're not. They can't wave us.
If they play a land, they can wave.
I thought wave was. Yeah.
Waves 4. Waves 4.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is enough if they don't have any actual... Sure, I don't care about Lin Civi right now. Alright. Let's force a bunch of bad blocks. Careful study first, just in case we draw something that immediately like gets us out of this.
Sure.
Okay.
And everyone turns sideways,
Yep.
except Merfolk Looter.
Looter does not turn sideways. Alright.
So they have 4 blockers to our 4 attackers.
Yeah, they can do it. And they don't lose their
Excited.
longbow archers.
And they've decided to chump the worm.
So So here's our 5th lethal threat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Hooray!
Rebels. Let's do what we did last time. So Ray and the stupefying touches. I don't think I want the unsummons. One Meba. One deep analysis, maybe.
Deep analysis did a lot for us this game, but we don't really want to be paying that much life if we can help it.
Let's just do that. Could bring in more quiet specs as well, but yeah, time for Parade of Wraths.
Yeah, is this opponent also going to overload on control pieces?
Graveyard Hate exists, but only in like actually I don't even know if Withered Wretch is in some of these decks. You know, like that's one I can think of, and also like the flashbacky thing that shuffles cards into decks.
That's existed before Squirrel Token. It had Unearth. What was it called?
What, Hellspark?
Hellspark Elemental.
Yeah.
We are not seeing a return of Hellspark Elemental. I can guarantee you that, because they hate red deck wins. This is not a hand we can keep.
Right, this counterspell doesn't counter anything, because we can't get cards in the yard.
Wrong
land!
Go!
Literally, this hand is like the best in the world with an island, but
single island and
Alright. I'm not casting the Root Wall because it's like it's better as a trick or something to discard a Careful Study.
Seeing the forest makes me especially think we should keep it.
The reason I kept this hand had nothing to do with the study. It was actually the Wild Mongrel that allowed me to keep this. Without Wild Mongrel, I would not have kept. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. You figured it out. I am weak to that specific card right now.
Okay, everyone at home. This is why Rishton Port is horseshit. It's right here.
Yeah, they can't. Well, the thing is, they're not going to be able to play real threats against me, but like
they don't need to. They have a 1/1. Oh,
okay.
They're making their Chimeric. Oh, now they have a real threat.
Okay, whatever. Wild Mongrel, get down. Oh my god.
Okay, actually, yeah, Chimeric Threat doesn't work with Port unless they Port on their turn.
Yeah, these two cards don't work together at all. I think it would have been just better using Rishdan Port for like 3 more turns. I don't know if they knew that though is the thing.
Do we trade with? No, we don't. We don't trade with Chimeric Idol yet.
Trade? No, we overkill it. What are you talking about? I discard a Careful Study to overkill it.
A Careful Study or Deep Analysis. Rewall is a certainty.
Yeah, it's Careful Study. We don't need 2 copies of that card in our opener in our hand here. Especially like if I'm already using the Root Wall.
Yes, this deck did play Richard Stamport with Chimeric Idol.
Yes. Shit.
Oh no.
That's bad. That is still their best card.
Oh, thank goodness.
A little late, but I accept. I'm probably gonna play. I guess let's attacking first. Like just Mongrel. Because I don't actually want to Root Wall this turn. Yeah, okay. And they figured out that I also don't want to do that this turn. So I'm going to play the other Mongrel here.
I'm a moron, and I would have... okay, they should port our island.
No. They want to... They should... Yeah, they should port our island for the next couple turns.
They should port our island, then move to second main, and then activate their guy. But if they're just going to be activating their guy, then who cares about circular logic?
Alright. Problem is, like, they don't actually ever have to cast a spell again with Lin Civi in play. They, like, literally, they never have to cast a spell for the rest of the game when Civi is in play. This is how the control deck worked. You just never did anything. They'll be able to make blockers for Wild Mongrel for the rest of forever. Yep, there we go.
Wait, and Circular Logic doesn't do anything anyways.
That's good. I'm going in.
Yeah. Go in.
So the problem here is that they can just grab Defiant's kill dudes over and over, and that's what they're going to do, is grab multiple copies of that. So it's just it doesn't matter how big my guy is, you know, it kills it. Yeah, Defiant Vanguard. I'm going to discard a Deep Analysis to this. It's white now. And we're not going to pump Root Wall because I want to draw cards here.
And we desperately need to draw cards.
Again, Chimeric Idol's kind of funny with Rebels because it doesn't work with Rebels.
Yeah, it doesn't work on the Rebels when Rebels is at its best. When Rebels is just being a bad aggressive deck.
There we go. That fixes a lot of our problems. We'll be able to fly over Defiant Vanguards if when they show up.
They can still fetch the Eagle, but the Eagle. They can also fetch they can fetch a 2/1 flyer.
That's still not enough though. Neither of those are enough to actually like beat these. I think Wonder's the card I wanted to draw into. That was the reason I was like, you know, searching.
It also works with Uncivi if they do it on their turn.
True.
Which if they weren't running scared, like as soon as if they were to know about our Wonder, they'll start doing it, where they just fetch the biggest rebel they can and then attack with the 3/3.
Right. I don't think they'll do that yet.
Because they don't know. Maybe they. Well, okay, maybe they will. Maybe we didn't leave out blue.
We couldn't.
Yeah, we could.
Like,
that's right.
Yes, I made the mistake of getting Rishdan ported. You are correct.
Yes, you're right. I wasn't saying it. I wasn't calling it a mistake. I was just merely noting it.
Okay. But you're right. We made the mistake of. Okay.
Time for crushing. Do we careful study here looking for something?
That might be fine. It gets us closer to getting that Centaur Garden to function, which I think is necessary to win this game. I think we need another threat, so yeah, we need a careful study.
I'm just thinking we have two of them and they do not do anything. Oh!
Touch is late.
Stupefying Touch is late.
I might get rid of Circular Logic here. Or Yav Coast. Like, maybe that doesn't do anything. Kinda want to cast that other Careful Study.
Might be worth doing. Did we discard Circular Logic if we do that? You don't want to
I just don't think that Circular Logic, like again, like with Lin Civi and like Sky Sergeant in play, like what a...
Yeah, if they make land, they can Sky Sergeant.
What's my attack right now?
Let
me get rid of Looter, actually. Then I'm going to... Stupefy. Okay.
Ooh, exciting. much damage do we want to do here? Because there's still Parallax Wave to be afraid of.
Right, and that's why I'm gonna hold Circular Logic here. I think I can get rid of 1 Centaur Garden, but I don't actually want to. I might want to careful study that. I'm just gonna take 2 here.
Okay.
We have Root Walla to like 3/3 block.
That's if they don't port us.
Well, if they port, I just activate in response. If they like tap my Yapamaya Coast or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very key turn. Does holding Circular do anything specifically against Parallax Wave? It does. The fact that I turned off Lynn Civvy means that it's more likely that they have to actually cast spells from hand, rather than, like, doing nothing. I also didn't want to throw away cards because I want to be able to careful study away things. That's a land. That lets them...
Unless they can activate... Well, they can activate Sky Captain now.
True.
Which is basically the same as activating Lynn Civvy, come to think. Because it's 6 or less, right?
Yeah, it scraps anything. But Lynn Civvy does it for, like, X cost. It actually just is, like, pay 3, get a 3 cost. Or...
Yeah, it's the stronger card, just in this circumstance.
Yes.
They have 1 card in hand, and access to any creature in their deck.
They could port our blue first, but, like, then I can float blue, like, unless they did it on their own upkeep, knowing that they had a... Like, they would have to be very aggressive to want to port my Yavimaya Coast to try to force through a Parallax Wave, because right now they couldn't do it. Like, if they did, I'd float blue, and then, like, it wouldn't... Okay, they're going to do that.
And we just float blue, and if we go to move phases, we activate Basking Root Walla.
I don't think we do.
Well, if they go to begin combat, if they try to go to, no, okay, yeah.
That could be the double bluff.
Yeah, it could be.
Like it's.
No, we have a deadly dad. Oh, if they Wrath of God, I think we. If they show us Wrath of God, I think we allow that.
I was gonna say
resolve.
A+ would do it again, like.
Now there's an interesting decision. They can't actually activate that card. That is a 3/3 on the ground.
Three, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lethal if Ramzuro and Sergeant attacks.
So we don't activate Basking Root Walla. Or maybe we do to block Chimeric Idol? Or do we... This is we're getting into dangerous realms.
They might attack with Sergeant and hope that we trade.
Okay, they're giving us the press.
Alright, I think we win here. So this is really dumb. I'm gonna block Lynn Civvy and take 8 and go to 1.
And then we are going to turn Centaur Garden into 3 damage, turn our hand into 4 damage. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing the math right on this. All right. So,
wait, do we have Threshold?
We'll discard our hand.
All right, we'll discard our hand.
We'll discard our hand. We have Threshold.
We have Threshold. Yeah, Hearthstone mode activated. My mongrel is black.
Welcome to Secret Damage.
And Circular Logic goes to the grave because it had no targets.
Oh, God, that's theft.
And that's the power of the Keyblade, everybody. Wait, we
made it back.
Continued the tradition of going 2-1.
2-1. I feel really good about that. Like that was some super like we basically only won on that line, which is like
We won because our opponent attacked with the Sky Captain of Tomorrow.
yeah, we weren't winning if they didn't do that. But they were trying to force us to make some like more ridiculous blocks. Thank you, that was a demo.
Because we had like did we get the run back for Battle of Wits?
Well, I'm gonna do another. I already said I'm doing 2 of these.
Yeah.
That was
Just doing them back to back. I'd probably be down for that.
okay. Yeah, that's the plan. Back to back, and then after that, I was gonna.
Actually, I want to eat something.
Oh, okay.
So just give me like 10 minutes. Is that okay for you?
Yeah, sure. I can take a short break. So, go ahead and grab some food. But yeah, I will. So, all right, that'll be draft 1. I'm not going to bring the stream down. We're just going to take a short break. I'm going to be yakking on this. So,
I will be back in a few minutes.
okay. So I'm going to go ahead and clip the recording is what I'm going to do. So, all right. Whew, that was good.